Welcome to this super duper day. This is the song where everybody say it's love morning. Yeah, love morning now. It's love morning. Yeah, gonna show you how. Gonna share some gratitude and happy thoughts. Gonna have some attitude and untie knots. It's love morning. Yeah, good morning. Welcome. This is a morning practice. Starts with a song I make up on the spot, which is why it made no sense. I am John Halcyon Stin. This is Sunday morning, October 1st. Woohoo! Guten Morgen! Hello, Pierre. Hello to you in Amsterdam. I'm in San Diego, California. If you are here live or watching this recording, let us know where you are personally, where you are physically, maybe where you are mentally. And what are you grateful for? Pierre is grateful for a perfect weather day. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Gerbot. Good morning, Joyous. Good morning, Jessica. I am live right now on many of the socials. So if you hear me saying hello to someone that you don't see, just know that we are connected through this vibration of gratitude on this beautiful Sunday. It's overcast here, which I love. First thing I'm grateful for, last night at sunset, it just started raining, and then it stopped raining, and I went outside and saw a full rainbow right outside my door. Man, some things just never get old. Dolphins swimming, rainbows, blowjobs. Those things just never get old. Sorry, I didn't mean to go there. As I was making the list, I'm like, oh, there's a joke in here. So I'm sorry. I'm trying to resist the urge to turn everything into a joke. Although there's definitely truth into what I said. Jessica is in Alberta, Canada. Sweet. All right, we got Canada, Amsterdam, the United States. Jennifer is here from Nevada, who is grateful for a rainy day. And Andy is here from the UK. Same perfect weather in the UK too. Cool, we got UK represented. Where are you? Hello, welcome. Thank you, Suck Pretty Ray. I'm not sure which piercings you're appreciating. I've got some bigger gauges in my ears. These wood spirals I've had for... How long have I had the spirals? My ears have been pierced for 20 years. No. 25 years? 35 years? Oh my gosh. And my nipples have been pierced for 23, I don't know, 30 years, something like that. Oh my gosh. When I was a kid, actually, when I had my nipple pierced, my first nipple pierced, I did them separately, 10 years apart. There weren't piercing studios. There was only Gauntlet. If you're familiar with the history of piercing in the U.S., there were no piercing studios except Gauntlet had one in San Francisco and L.A. I think there may have been a New York one. And so I had my nipple pierced with a piercing gun because I met somebody who had a piercing in Europe, and then decided to. Well, that's a long story of why I did it. Maybe I'll tell that another time. Maybe I'll tell it today. It's one of the most significant experiences of my life was what I symbolized with the nipple piercing. But when I tried to get it pierced in the U.S., nobody did piercing, so we were calling all these tattoo studios, and finally someone said, "Oh yeah, we got a guy here that does it," and he came out to my location, and he pierced my nipple with a gun, and then it was right on the tip, and it looked weird, and so I went to. Finally, once I had it pierced, everyone's like, "Oh, I know a guy," and then I found out about Gauntlet, went there, and they looked at it, they're like, "Oh, no, you're going to lose that. Your body's going to reject it." So I had to have the other one done with the correct style with the hollow piercing tube. I don't know what the terminology is. Good morning, Lisa. How wonderful to see you. If you are here and want to say hello, share something you're grateful for, let others know that you are here. We can celebrate one another's gratitude. I'm grateful that, I don't know if it's my software update or whatever, but I am now the Instagram camera is allowing me to use portrait mode, so my background is blurred, which is the bokeh effect, which is so. I'm unusually attached to the depth of field look. So I'm stoked that I'm able to have that on Instagram right now. And if you would like to see what that looks like, you can see me. I'm Halcyon Pink on Instagram. Jennifer asked, does it hurt to have nipples pierced? No. But the other question is, did it hurt to pierce them? Yes. Did the healing process hurt and take 9 months? Yes. I don't know if I don't recommend people do it unless they, my advice to people, like, I want to do that. I'm like, the piercing is intense, but certainly, there's something to be said for the intense experiences have something wonderful about them. Whether it's intense pain, intense pleasure, intense fear, there's something, we like those things. So I could see how you could be up for the piercing. Now, the thing that people don't realize they're signing up for is it is a tough part of the body to heal. An ear heals very quickly. It's like this, flappy thing on the outside of your body. Nipples and other parts of your body have a lot of blood flowing through it. It doesn't really want to be pierced. Whoa, that just reminded me. I had a dream last night that my piercings came out and I had to put them back in, but they were like huge holes. Wow, that's interesting. Man, maybe I'm going to dream that tonight, and this whole conversation is predicting the future. Whoa. Lisa, you think it hurts to have a piercing after it's done? Oh, I see. When it's done. I thought you meant when it's done healing. Right. The process of getting it done is intense. I have a picture of me with my eyes rolled back in my head when I had my first one done. Gerbot says, I'm grateful for axial tilt. 'Tis the reason for the seasons. Amen. There's one of my favorite books, Pronoia by Rob Bresney, has this whole thing about, everything that has to be going right for us to be existing in this moment on this planet. And that was one of the things that he talks about is the tilting, and how, it never occurred to me until I read that. I'm like, oh my gosh, just because a planet is in orbit doesn't mean it has seasons. In fact, if it didn't have a tilt and a wobble, not every planet has this, 4-season system. And it's the season, and then you start to think, wait, if there was just a slight difference in the distance from the sun, then it would be uninhabitable for carbon-based life forms. And man, speaking of gratitude, I am so grateful that this planet is inhabitable for now. I know that it's a limited time window that we're on, and we're trying to shorten it as much as we can as humans, but boy, it's pretty rad. And I'm going to dig deep into that gratitude because sometimes I get frustrated with the heat. And I will remind myself that just because it's 5 degrees hotter than I like, man, there's a lot of planets out there that are 100 degrees hotter than I like. Jessica says, I'm grateful that each new day represents a new start and the ability to try again. Absolutely. Gerbot. All right. Oh, yeah, for now. Kiri is... Good morning, Kiri. Hello. Good to see you. I'm rocking my unicorn frappuccino look, which also was pointed out to me is also a trans flag supporting haircut. Lisa says, I'm future grateful for me to email a short list of my favorite books, audiobooks for Audible, because you said you have credits to use. That's a good question. I was just, speaking of favorites, I was just writing down right before this my list of my favorite Instagram accounts. So if you have a favorite Instagram account or two that you like every time, you like constantly like, oh man, I love what they post, whether it's inspiring or beautiful or funny, I would love to hear. Robin says, I'm grateful for positive humans like you. Greetings from Canada. Thank you, Robin. Thanks for being part of this gathering for our Love Morning. Happy Sunday. Awesome. Chelsea Bull. That's your Chelsea, right? Thanks, Carla, and good morning to you. I am grateful. I already mentioned the rainbow. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm going to dinner and a play today with my parents and Lisa. And I'm super grateful. We're going to go see the musical based on the life of Hunter S. Thompson. Anyone familiar with Hunter S. Thompson? Hunter S. Thompson, I think I mentioned here last week, is the author of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail. What are his other books? Hell's Angels, tons of articles about politics and stuff through the 70s, I think. But, oh yeah, I did mention this already. Famous for being, for inventing gonzo journalism, for turning a news story into a story of your own adventures. And his adventures were fueled by massive amounts of drug use. And he also, then he ran for sheriff of Aspen, Colorado, famous for shooting guns at things. And when people would interview him, like reporters would go to interview him, he would be often exhibit extremely dangerous behavior with guns and drugs and alcohol. And was shot out of a cannon. His ashes were shot out of a cannon for his funeral. Good morning, Alex. Good morning, good to see you. Wolfgang2242 adopts senior animals and live their best lives. Aww. Good morning, Razorblade. Joyous is grateful. Got my fire cider brewing up. I'm grateful for my neti pot. Kiri says, I'm grateful for color theory. It's so funny that you brought up the Four Seasons because for the past 2 days, I have been diving into the different color seasons and color analysis. I remember when my mom, when I was younger, she had her colors done and, learned she was a fall and so had to, totally redid her wardrobe. Kiri is also grateful that a resident brought her coffee. And for E6000, which saved my favorite gifted playa necklace from being lost forever when it broke yesterday. Gerbot agrees. Yay, E6000. Which reminds me, I should get some of that. I just ordered a new camera. And I have an old microphone that I think will work on it, but the mount of the microphone broke. But I think I could just E6000 it and reattach the mount. Stay tuned. The new camera should allow me to have depth of field bokeh effect on my webcam, which I don't have right now because the one that I had that did work with that stopped working with the latest Apple upgrade. If you are here and have some gratitude to share, we would love to hear what you are grateful for. Carla is grateful for acupuncture today to help me focus on my LSW license and social work exams on Tuesday. Oh, rad. Well, I am wishing you a successful test and a productive acupuncture appointment. Lisa is saying that this blurred background on Instagram really makes me pop. I'm guessing that my unicorn hair adds to the popping. I am also grateful for a Pink Heart meeting today, our first camp meeting since Burning Man. So I'm looking forward to hearing how people are doing and what's going on and what was worked for people and what people's good experiences were. Alex says that a friend owned the Fear and Loathing movie rights back in the 80s, but sold his interest just before production. So there was where the Buffalo Roam movie with Bill Murray, and then there was the Fear and Loathing movie with Johnny Depp. And now there's the Hunter S. Thompson musical that's getting great reviews. Good morning, Dawn. Hello to you in cloudy Utah. It is a overcast San Diego day. We've got friends gathering us right now from Amsterdam and Canada and the UK and Utah. I am Carrie's sharing that color analysis is cool for personal branding. I think it's the reason that pink is so impactful and harmonious in your posts. I'm a believer, you got it in consistency and branding. I think a lot of people assume that, oh, my eyes look red. I think there are people that assume that I am marketing more than I am because my personal posts and my creative and artistic posts all kind of try to stay within personal branding guidelines. And so people assume that I am selling shit. And there are people that kind of get on my case about it. Lisa says, I'm also grateful that you made me realize what time it is here. I saw your notification, you were going live, and I thought you were early. I lost a couple hours. Well, you were up early yesterday. So, wait, were you up here? Yes, you said you started your day early yesterday. Carla says, grateful the sun is about to rise in Hawaii. That's impossible. Unless the world is a sphere. What? Good morning, Susan. If you are here and would like to share something that you're grateful for, so that we can all magnify our gratitudes through one another. Hello, King Brian David. Hello to you in Phoenix. Wonderful to have you here. Oh, John is saying that the earth is flat. Okay, cool. Well then, as long as that's established. Hello, official Andy. Grateful to be watching live and also, ooh, did I just hear crock pot? Finally using your crock pot. Not used to this Virginia weather, so got my mom's traditional Irish stew recipe from back home. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have a beautiful day. We are going to have a hug in just a moment and go off into our days. Good morning, Tom. And Sophia Marie, good morning. Sophia is grateful that I was able to hold space and be of service to 9 people in the breathwork last night. Fantastic. Do you have a specific type of breathwork that you do? I've had some wonderful experiences in the last 6 months. I did a holotropic, and then I did a version of that by a guy named Ocean Eagle. And then I've done some shorter ones that I don't think had names, but more of a 20, 30-minute breathworks. Conscious connected breath. Sweet. Thank you, Sophia. Doa says, thankful for the beautiful golden aspens in Colorado. Oh, man. That sounds... I love aspen trees. Ugh. That sounds fucking rad. Thank you for sharing. Gerbot is grateful for YouTube, a platform that brings the world to me and connects us together here and now. This technology is pretty amazing. Carla is grateful for Tom's amazing sphere of knowledge about outer space. Sphere of knowledge. I see what you did there. Nice. Nice. Oh, just a few more minutes to share gratitude if you've got one to share, to bringing us together. Sophia says, how come that you've popped up in my feed lately? A couple things, I think. One, I made a video that went viral on Instagram. So that pops me up in algorithms, I think. And then once I went viral there, I was like, oh, maybe I'll use it more. And so I've been doing live broadcasts in Instagram. Before I was just doing them on Facebook and YouTube. So I've been using Instagram to do the live morning broadcast that I do every day. So every day at 9 a.m., I do a live broadcast, a Love Ambassador meetup, where we share gratitude. We remind each other to try to go out into the world and look for opportunities to connect and say hello and good morning to people, and be an ambassador, be an example of a warm human. Try to treat the world as if it's a small town where we can say hello and good morning to people. Tom says, I'm grateful for teaching my kid about chisel angle in calligraphy. She picked up Gothic in like 5 minutes. Awesome. Lilu is grateful for the moon that just set. Good to see you, Lilu. Continues, I love when the full moon sets well into the morning, like an alien planet with multiple moonscapes. Yeah. And speaking of alien landscapes, I've been rewatching Foundation on Apple Plus with Lisa. I'm glad I'm rewatching it because I tried to watch season 2 after a long break since season 1, and I was like, what was that show about again? But it's based on Isaac Asimov, and it's a really intricate, massive sci-fi story. Really, really fun. So I've been enjoying the otherworldly experience of imagination from the show Foundation. Well, beautiful love ambassadors, thank you so much for being here today and allowing us to settle into this experience of connection and to be reminded that we're not alone in the world. And even if the world feels like a place full of assholes and you read updates about government shutdowns and his fault, her fault, they did this, they suck, we are, blah, blah. You go, man, it's sure nice to be reminded that the world is filled with like-minded, open-hearted people. And the more that we can be examples of that, the more we give others permission to be that in the world. So I'm grateful. And with that, wherever you are, give yourself a hug. And as you squeeze your arms, or as your arms squeeze you, allow them to just symbolize the arms of everyone here. And that we are being held by one another, reminding each other that we're all connected. We're all part of one human family, doing the best we can with what we got. And let's forgive ourselves when we get triggered, and forgive others for their stumbles as well. And let's squeeze one another as we sink into that oneness. Take a deep breath in and hold it. Squeeze. And release. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and you beautiful ambassadors of love, thank you for being here for this love morning. What a treat. We gather here every day at 9 a.m. for connection and gratitude, so we can go off into our days as ambassadors of love. So have a beautiful day. I will be, gratitude will I have gratitude at noon? I might miss gratitude at noon because of I definitely will miss the 6 o'clock because I'll be at a play. So normally every day I'm hosting gratitude circles in Zoom at noon and 6 p.m. They will still be happening. Other people will host them in my absence. So, love to see you. Happy Sunday. And And happy October. Oh my gosh, that feels crazy that it's October. Is that right? That can't be right.